this one I got recently. These are straw woven baskets. Like I said, I have no idea the provenance. I have no idea if these were done in a foreign country or locally. Probably not. I'm never that lucky. But I like using them for pastries because they're soft and they're, you know, they're just lovely, lovely items. I found this and I got really excited for using it to tote pastries around. Just put in a nice tea towel and put your pastries in there. However, you know, every once in a while you want to wash them. And washing is not good for baskets of almost any sort, right? Basically, you want to wipe them down, give them a rinse. You don't want to soak them. What I'm going to do with this one, and eventually that one, I'm not sure how much beeswax this is going to take, is I'm going to give it a coating of beeswax. And so that way when I get, you know, I have to clean it, it's not going to soak it in. It's going to give it a little protective coating. So like I said, these are not very, you know, these are just common baskets as far as I know. They did not cost me much, but I do want to preserve them because I like using them. So this is, what I've got here is some pure beeswax, white beeswax. I think it's about $10 a pound. I'm not sure how much we're going to need. So I'm going to cut some up and melt it up and at least get the inside done. I don't see it absorbing a whole lot, but you never can tell. So yes, I'm using my Chinese cleaver, vegetable cleaver, which I also use for cutting pizza. Don't tell. There we go. Let's see how much we can get done with a few ounces. See you later. Okay, I've melted, I don't know, it was, I want to say probably 3, maybe not 4 ounces of beeswax for all those who actually, you know, need those numbers. But like I said, I just cut off a chunk and hope for the best. Definitely not 2 ounces and maybe not 4, but I'm using a ever faithful chip brush, and I think this may be enough to do one coat to the whole thing, which is all it really needs, because like I said, usually there's a tea towel or something in here, and ooh, it dries pretty quick. That maybe, I may have to burnish this, like rub it and get the excess off. But boy, that dries pretty quick. It's staying, you know, pretty liquid in the pan, but you see in the middle it's definitely dried pretty quick. So it's not soaking in at all. It's kind of just cooling because this basket's been in the kitchen where I do not have any heat, but it's the center of the house, so it never really gets cold enough to worry about. So yeah, it's got there's a layer that's not very attractive. We'll take care of that afterwards. This is pretty much an experiment, but it's just wax. It's just beeswax. Not gonna hurt anything. I noticed it one day when I brought pastries and it kind of got gooey. I'm like, yeah, no, probably do better. Okay, we're done. That was probably, you know, maybe 2 ounces would have done it for this basket. And that tells me that the inside of that basket's probably gonna need, is, I think the beeswax treatment is better for baskets that are not straw, but I'm very happy with the structurally. It's given it some great strength. I'm not happy with the thickness of my treatment. So I think what I might do is put this in a really low oven. I mean, beeswax will melt pretty quick, and just see if I can get some of it off onto a piece of tin foil. But on the whole, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm just not happy with the thickness. So, learn something new every day. Obviously the beeswax got cold really fast, and I don't think that it's advisable to heat the basket up first. But I wasn't happy with the thickness because it got cold really fast. So what I did was I preheated the oven. I mean, I think I put it in like 350, preheated the oven just by itself, turned it off. I put tin foil, put it in a thing of tin foil on the bottom of the oven, nowhere near any of the burners, and then just to raise it off the bottom, I put a couple of chopsticks and just let it sit in the oven, and I watched it, and did not take long. All the beeswax kind of liquefied, and then I pulled it back out, and I gave it a good rub down, and then anywhere that the beeswax had really accumulated, I mean, I don't mind it being where it's supposed to be, but this basket has these openings here. So what I did was, then I took nail brush and gave it a good scrub while it was still warm. I mean, and that way when you're working with it, if it gets a little cool, throw it back in the oven. It really doesn't take much heat. I mean, if you had to, you know, leave it in the oven, you would want it at like 200. So, like I said, it just, the warm oven immediately liquefied everything, and now I have this beautiful warm color. It doesn't have that thick, waxy look to it. Still feels like a basket. And as it cools, I mean, as it dries off, I mean, it's still warm because of the beeswax. I mean, it's still warm, but like I said, it'll harden up over time. It'll be fine. But I feel really confident about getting pastry and frosting and stuff over this basket. So, but I'm very pleased with this. I think that this will last a long, long time. I'm not exactly sure how I can do the really big one and get the same results, but I really think this is great. So I'm happy with this, and we'll check on our other basket.